TinkerCAD tips. Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be part 3 in my roller stamps tutorials. And in the prior 2 tutorials, I had showed you how to make these types of roller stamps using just simple images that we got from Google, like these footprints and this Santa. But I had said that I was also going to show you how to do these seamless type images and making these types. So let's get started on that. Let's go ahead and close this one and let's open up a clean workspace so it's a little bit easier to do this in TinkerCAD. Let's go ahead and close this one. On my workspace here, I'm going to click on Create, 3D Design. We'll open up a new workspace here. Here we have it. Okay, now let's jump over to Google here. Now, one thing to note on this type of a roller stamp design is that we want to work with images that are considered seamless, meaning that if you put it edge to edge or top to bottom, everything will line up. And it's also a good idea to pick an image that is more straight lines and squares, not so much say circles like this. If you've worked with TinkerCAD before, you'll know that the more faces or facets that you have in the mesh, the more difficult it is for TinkerCAD to render or group together our projects. So I had found this one here, and again, I just went to Google. I put in seamless textured clip art, black and white, and I found this really great image here. So I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to say Save Image As. It's a JPEG. I'm going to save it back to my PC. I'm going to jump over to this site, convertio.co. I've used this before. I'm going to click Choose Files. I'm going to select that image. Click Open. I'm going to go down and I'm going to click on SVG. I'm going to click on Convert. We'll give it a moment here. And when it's done, I'm going to click on Download and save that back to my local PC as well. Click on Save. Let's jump back to TinkerCAD here. Now let's give our project a name here. Let's call this Roller Stamp 2. I'm going to click on Import, choose a file. There's our SVG. I'm going to click on Open. I'm going to select Art. Now this is pretty huge. I'm going to go ahead and scale this down to just 10%. Click on Import. We'll give that a moment to bring it in. And when it comes in, it's going to look like this. Let's go ahead and change the color of this. Let's make it a gray color here. Now I'm going to hold down my Shift key here, and I'm going to roll this over this way. And I'm also going to rotate it this direction. D to drop it to the work plane. Now I'm going to stretch this out a bit. Let's say to about there. Now none of this has to be exact just yet. Now while that's still selected, we're going to duplicate it, Control D. I'm going to hit W on the keyboard for work plane. And I'm going to place that work plane on this right edge. D to drop that. I'm going to zoom out. W to get our work plane tool, and I'm going to put it back on the default. Now it's important on the one that we just created that we rotate this 180 degrees. So again, I'm going to hold the Shift key. I'm going to grab this rotation handle. Rotate that 180 degrees. Now I'm going to select the both of those, and I'm going to bundle those together, Control B. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a bit here. Now we need to create some rotations of this. So while I have that selected, I'm going to hit D, Control D, to duplicate. I'm going to click on the rotation handle, and I'm going to do this at 45 degrees. Now, it's important that when we do this, that at the ends of these we want a little bit of a gap here, and this will be important here in a moment. And while that's still selected, I'm going to hit Control D again, and one more time. This is called wave duplication. I've talked about this before. All right, I'm going to select all of those. I'm going to bundle group those together. Select all of those, Control V. All right, now that we have those bundled grouped, now we need to bring out a cylinder. Let's make it a little bit taller. Let's align the two of these. Now, again, it's also important here because of some of the limitations of TinkerCAD, we don't necessarily want to increase the number of sides here. So while I have that selected, I'm going to Shift select our images here. I'm going to hit L on the keyboard for align, or I could click on this up here. I'm going to click on our images here to make it the master so that it doesn't move. We're going to align that direction and that direction so that our cylinder is centered. Now, for the moment here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the size of this down, the height of it. Now, over here in the settings, I need to change our snap grid to off. We want to have a little bit of control here, and let me show you why. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. I'm going to hold Alt and Shift, and I'm going to grab this bottom corner, and I'm going to begin enlarging it. And as I do that, I also want to bring the height down. Alt and Shift and bring it out again. Bring the height down. Now what we need to do is to bring the cylinder out to where it just meets the intersection between these images. Let me show you what I mean by that. Zoom out a little bit here. Alt and Shift again. I'm going to come out, out, out. Oh, just about there. Right about there. You can see our cylinder meets right at that intersection between the two cylinders. Okay, for the moment, I'm going to go ahead and make a duplicate of this cylinder. Control D. Going to set our snap grid back to 1 millimeter, and I'm going to Shift nudge this over. Now this one over here, I'm going to hide it, so that's Control H. Now this cylinder over here, I'm going to turn into a hole shape. Now let's bring out a cube here. We're going to make ourselves a little cookie cutter sort of a object here. I want to make sure that it's bigger than our pattern. Size isn't important as long as it's bigger than our images. While that square is selected, I'm going to Shift select the cylinder. L for align. I'm going to click on cylinder to make it the master. Going to align that direction, the center that way, down the center here. I'm going to select the cylinder and the square, and I'm going to Control G group those together. All right, we're at about 9 minutes here, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here. We're going to continue this in what's going to be part 4 of this tutorial. So in the meantime, as always, like, follow, repost. If you have any comments, you know where to drop those. Hope everyone's having a great holidays and happy tinkering. We'll see you in the next one.